Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Just Bulldogs podcast. What a matchup on the weekend. Bulldogs coming away with a massive comeback win against the once second position Raiders before the game. This was a top of the table clash, first versus second. Very tough first half to watch, but an incredible second half for the Bulldogs to come away with a comeback victory. Final score was 32 points to 20. Raiders try scorers were Zach Hosking, KO Weeks, Xavier Savage, and Hudson Young. Jamal Fogarty going 2 from 4 with the boot. Bulldogs try scorers were Stephen Crichton, Jamin Salmon, Marcelo Montoya, Max King, Viliami Kickout, and Jacob Kiraz, with Stephen Crichton going 4 from 6 with the boot, losing his kick streak, but a very pretty good thing to see. He got into the top 5 for Bulldogs all-time consecutive goals kicked, with some pretty fantastic names there. I believe he's in 5th spot now. I think it was 24 kicks in a row, so pretty good to see from Critter there. Looks like he will lock in that goal kicking position for the future. So stoked for Critter in that part of his game. But that wasn't even the best part of his game in this one. He was exceptional at right center, particularly in that second half. He opened up the scoring, but just about the first three or four tries came off the back of him making plays down that right edge. We'll go over the first half first. It was very difficult to watch. Raiders came out all guns blazing from the kickoff. They scored in the 3rd minute, dominated us when we had the ball, and we struggled to slow them down, slow their momentum. They really pulled the Bulldogs on us. Fast line speed, very aggressive tackling, dominating the ruck. And then when they did have the ball, their big forward pack just marched down the field, and we couldn't do much to stop them. Done well to limit it to just the 4 tries in the first half, 20 points to 0 when we went into the break. All the momentum going towards the Raiders. And then even when we did come out in the second half, had a good set coming out of our own end off the kickoff, but then the drop ball from Matt Burton on last tackle looked like it was going to be another difficult second half, but the team really pulled it together quickly. And then we stopped trying to beat them through the middle of the field on our get-out sets, started spreading the ball early, and that's when Stephen Crichton absolutely lit up this Raiders left side defense. Stephen Crichton gave Seb Chris an absolute bath down that edge. The first try, when he just had the ball in one hand going straight through Seb Chris and Xavier Savage, and Tamale, was very good to see. But he did very similar things when he got down that edge again, put Jamin Salmon over. Just absolutely killed it going down that right side. Stephen Crichton was absolutely incredible this game. Definitely the man of the match. Come away with 6 Dally M points, so very good to see. If he wasn't already solidified in the New South Wales center position, that definitely done it. But in my opinion, already a lock for the center spot for the New South Wales Blues. So incredible game from him there. Stoked to see Jamin Salmon, the weak gutted dog, crossing over. Absolutely giving it to the crowd, looking straight into the camera. Very happy for him. Very sad that he has got, I believe, a fractured ankle. So he's going to be out for 10 weeks, which is a very tough loss. Jamin Salmon has been playing very well in the starting side as our 13, playing a bit of edge in this one as well with Jacob Preston and a list of other players out of the side. Done very well defensively and done some pretty good things with the ball in hand as well. So very difficult to see him leaving the field on crutches, and then we won't see him for the next 10 weeks. So very tough loss there from Jamin Salmon. Hopefully he recovers quickly and can come back into the side when healthy. We got to see our left edge spark again. The 2 tries down that side with Montoya and Kickout, both coming off that sweet play. Kickout getting 2-on-1 with the winger, and not much they can do when they get to that spot. First one did the tip on, got Montoya over, and then the second one just took it himself and just about went untouched. Cannot be stopped that close to the line. Max King got his second try as a Bulldog only a couple weeks after his first. Very stoked with him there. We got a really good momentum, putting the Raiders on the back foot, and he just steamed onto an inside ball from Toby Sexton, stoked for Max King. And then Jacob Kiraz got to finish it off down that in that right corner. Busting a handful of tackles, 4 or 5 people left on the ground, and just finished it off. So stoked to see with Jacob Kiraz there, but an exceptional game from our Bulldogs in this one to come away victory, 32 points to 20, and solidifying ourselves as the top team on the ladder. Now the Warriors are in second, but we have a game advantage, 2 points advantage to them, and a very good for and against. Ours currently 106. Warriors crazy that they're coming second with a for and against of 1 is pretty wild to see, but Bulldogs doing very good things. Go over some of the players that really stood out. As I said, Critter, my man of the match in this one, absolutely stood out. Got all of the momentum back on our side. There we go. Connor Tracy, 17 runs for 220 meters, 56 post contact, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break assist. Very nice there from Connor Tracy. Both of our wingers done very well. Jacob Kiraz and Montoya both got a try. Kiraz, 18 runs for 158 meters, 51 post contact, 12 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 2 offloads, 1 tackle, no miss. Very nice. And Montoya still getting through plenty of work himself. Got the try, 17 runs for 131 meters, 42 post contact, 2 tackle breaks, 1 line break. Struggled a bit in the first half. The Raiders defense really stood up to the challenge when he did run the ball, but in the second half, he really took advantage of their side, getting across the field and breaking some tackles from the smaller bodies. Bronson Cherry and Stephen Crichton both ran Cherry for 182, Critter for 161. Cherry, very nice, 50 post contact, 4 tackle breaks, a line break, 9 tackles, 0 miss. Very nice from Bronson Cherry. This Raider side. Right centre, Matt Timoko, international for the New Zealand Kiwis. So done very well to lock him up in this game. Matt Burton done pretty well. Got a try assist, 14 runs for 123 meters, 45 post contact, 1 line break assist, 1 offload, 12 tackles, 3 miss, 10 kicks for 406 meters. Nice there from Matt Burton. And Toby Sexton got a try assist for himself. 9 runs for 67 meters, 17 post contact, 1 tackle break, 2 line break assist, 21 tackles, 3 missed. I'll skip ahead a bit. I think the second half, when we did start getting the momentum going, a lot of that had to do with when Bailey Hayward was on the field, absolutely straighting up our attack. Done a lot. He was a massive part of Critter having the room down that right edge to do what he did. So I'm absolutely stoked with the way that Bailey Hayward played. Now with Jamin Salmon out of the side for the next 10 weeks, I'm expecting Kurt Mann to go back into that 13 role and Bailey Hayward to be the 14 and spend a lot more time at 13. I believe Bailey Hayward will. Kurt Mann's minutes have been pretty limited so far this season, so we could see a bump for Bailey Hayward in that 13 spot. Curious to see how they go. Last year, that was our rotation. Kurt Mann starting at 13 and Bailey Hayward covering for him, and they were playing about 40 minutes each. Right now, in this game, Kurt Mann played 24. Bailey Hayward played 56. So I'm curious if that'll be pretty similar without Jamin Salmon in the side. If Kurt Mann starts, plays about the first 15 to 20 minutes or so, and then we get Bailey Hayward into BR 13 for potentially the remainder of the game. So someone to look out for there. Harry Hayes, I was pretty stoked with. Didn't end up starting in this game, got moved back to the bench, but played a fair bit of minutes on the edge, and I thought he done very well there, especially defensively. 25 tackles, 4 missed. Maybe not the stat sheet we're looking at, but on the field, the eye test was definitely a good thing. I was pretty happy with the way that he played. Kick out was fantastic on that edge. As I said, got the try and a try assist. 12 runs for 119 meters, 37 post contact, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break assist, 1 offload, 31 tackles, 3 missed. And even Reed Marnie in the middle, didn't have the showy stats and the showy plays in this one, but 60 tackles in this game. Very, very nice. Very, very good there from Reed Marnie. So now with Salmon out of the side as well, as I said, I think Kurt Mann will go into the 13, Bailey Hayward into the 14. We will be looking for another player to join the side. I'm expecting it to be between Luke Smith and Jack Underhill, but probably more likely to be Luke Smith. Our forward pack, our front rowers are still pretty strong. We're running out of depth there, but we sort of need some more back row coverage. So expecting Luke Smith to get his first go. Lipoy Hopway's first game of the year. I will go over him as it's our first time seeing him. 27 minutes played, 9 runs for 80 meters, 28 post contact, 16 tackles with 1 missed. Very, very nice from Lipoy Hopway. Showed some pretty good signs last year, but hasn't had much of a chance this year. This is his first run on the field, and I thought he'd done very well. So I expect to see more of him over the next few weeks as well. as our depth continues to be tested. But an absolutely incredible win for our Bulldogs in this one, solidifying ourselves as the number one team on the ladder at the end of round 10. Very, very good things there. But that'll do for this one. I'll have another preview coming out for next week's game against the Roosters coming out shortly. But I appreciate everyone for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.